comes from.
Same streets with the loaded guns. Heavy bass lines, 808s and kick drums. I'm from the
same place as trap music. This that first react music. They can't hold me back. I'm feeling good cause I'm black music. Can't nobody touch this. My flow, I can't rush this. Put them on silence when I'm talking. You should hush, bitch. I am from the heavy base. My bro called a heavy case. Got a couple friends, they be watching from the heaven gates. Moving with the heavyweights, with the heavyweight. Time to celebrate life. Mary Jane be my wife, man. Recipes to fight, dog. Music be my life, dog. Shouts to anybody with a brother doing life, y'all. It's fucking with my brain. Like, should I flip a pack or just focus on the game?
I'm from the same place the trap music comes from. Same story, same streets with the loaded guns. Heavy bass lines, 808s and kick drums. I'm from
Good evening, and welcome to another episode of Cigar Sundays Live. Tonight, we will be discussing the term, the saying, passive aggressive. And in American culture, people have taken this word and given it plenty of different meanings. But what we want to find out is whether it's bad, good, or misunderstood. And before we do that, make sure to like and share the video. Also, leave a comment in the chat, hit the link that we're going to pin in the description. You can come up and join the live chat, and also subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so when we go live, you never miss an episode of Cigar Sundays Live. I am Chef Earl Pearl at DBCHEFTV, always with the God, Ali Dawood L at BK Soul Farm, and we are the Cigarden Panel. Peace, God.
Peace, God. What you dealing with, fam?
Man, getting over a little cold, man.
Yo, it's going around, bro, because I think you getting over it. I'm getting over it. It's going around.
Man, that joint hit me hard coming back from the islands.
Okay.
I'm talking about, I think I done lost. I probably done lost like 5 pounds because I ain't even eat.
Oh man.
Or nothing like that. Yesterday was the first time I really started back eating.
Oh man.
And usually when I if I get a chest cold, because usually I don't get chest colds. Usually I just get the nasal stuff up top. But if I get a chest cold, like I fast. I don't even eat for, at least the first 3 days. I'll do 3 days just water and just try to get everything to reset. The only thing that really bothers me sometimes is like having a little bit of a headache because you don't eat.
Yeah.
But what I'll do is I might chew on some bread or something like that. And then when I do eat, then I have like a lot of vegetables, a lot of raw vegetables, So that way, the next time you defecate, one, your body can break it down real easy.
Yeah.
And then two, your bowel movement is smooth.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And then just keep pounding that Aquafina. Gotta have that though. How you been though?
I'm good, God. Like you said, is we all under the weather. I think we might be the only 2 people on the planet, or at least in America, that's not scared about tomorrow. Right? Like so many people scared to death about the inauguration of President Trump. It's like everybody got this doom and gloom stuff. I'm like, man, Monday is Monday.
He already elected. What are they talking about?
Yeah, but it's different though, right? Because it's like the people did one thing, but Monday makes it official. Cornballs is cornballs, and it's perfect because we talking about passive aggressiveness. So right, like so their mentality or their sentiments towards the idea of a Donald Trump or not just a Donald Trump, but just I'm gonna say the opposition period is usually reflected in passive aggressive behavior, right? So it's almost like it don't even matter. But yeah,
I guess, guy. I don't know. You know what? And tonight, y'all, we talking about passive aggressive. You know, like I'm gonna leave DT alone because it's already done.
it's done, son.
It's already done. Like it's 4 more years of whatever, you know. So be prepared, you know, be focusing on what you gotta do. Like that's the thing. Like so many people, it's like that's like clout chasing to me. Being
Yeah,
worried about what he doing is clout chasing.
yeah,
Focus on what you could do for yourself. You know, what kind of motion you got going on for you, player. You know,
and
what
that's it.
when I wake up, what do Pearl got going on for Pearl? What does my agenda look like? What do my goals look like? What does my vision board look like? If you don't have one of those, you a bum in life. I don't care who you is.
100% fail in their life, right? Because and that's the thing, right? Like, I don't care what you might think about him as a person or whatever, but like, it kind of really don't matter because it's been over, right? Like the whole country was blood red.
Yeah, November something when is vote day?
you know,
Like on vote day. It's in November. Like I don't even apologize, man. I don't vote, so you know.
yeah, like it was.
So
I ain't vote either, right? And I'm
so
like,
yeah,
it
I don't
wasn't no
know.
need to, right? Like it wasn't nothing that was moving for me, but like I didn't need to because the people said what they needed to say, right? So it's over. But yeah, nah, man. Let's get to it, bro. Like I like this conversation, passive aggressive. Like this is one of those people not gonna like this, right? Because they do a lot of sucker stuff, and
Well, I don't know. You know, I don't know, but you know why, God?
you're right.
Because I think passive. I'm always going to
You're
look at
right.
both sides of the coin, right? But I think passive aggressive don't exist. I think it's something that people making up.
I agree with that.
You know,
I
but
agree
that's
with that.
that's not knowing the definition though. I
Yeah.
think it's something that people make up. I think it's a safety valve for certain things. But you know what? Before we get too far into that, let's go into tonight's
No,
questions.
no. Let's stay right there real quick before we get to the questions because I got a thought process too, right? Like I think it's a safety valve. I think it's a
But that's part of the question, though.
okay,
That's
okay,
part of
okay,
our first question.
okay.
Okay, so if y'all new to Cigar Sundays, what we do is we take words, we define them, break them down, analyze, and we have fun with it. We chop it up and debate it and whatever. We have fun with it, y'all. We learn. All right. So tonight's question is the first question. What we smoking on passive aggressive tonight, y'all. The first question is, what does the panel think are examples of passive aggressive? All right. Our second question will be, what are some ways to handle passive aggressiveness when confronted? And our third question will be, is there a way to remove or reduce passive aggressive behavior from human interaction?
Damn, these are good questions. Oh man,
Yeah. So that first one right there, what does the panel think are examples of passive aggressive? I go back to where we was going before we go into the definition. Um, I think it's like just like a safety mechanism, you know. Um, it's like I'll do something. Like let's say if it was me being passive aggressive, all right. Let's say I say I'll do something, all right. Now, am I saying I'm going to do something to somebody, or am I just saying that I would do something? Because that's the difference. If I say I would do something to somebody, then I'm actually threatening a person. I'm actually saying, like, I'm gonna fuck you up. Now you got threatened. Okay. But then I'm really not going to do nothing. Okay. Now, if I say I will fuck somebody up, but I know that I have enough discipline that I'm hoping that I have to never fuck somebody up, then really I'm just talking shit. because I really don't want that to happen.
Ever.
You know what I'm saying?
No
So it's
smoke, please.
right. So is it is that's passive aggressive too, right? Because that's saying like, oh, um, that's saying like, like this person may deserve this, but I ain't gonna do it. So what I'm getting hyped for? Like that person may deserve a bullet. That person may deserve to die, but I ain't gonna do it. So why do I get upset about it? Why do I get hyped like, ooh, if it was me, ooh, if they tried me, ooh,
100%
if they
pass.
did me,
I agree
like,
with you on
but
that,
they
God.
ain't fucking with you though. You know
I
what I'm
agree with
saying?
that, God. I agree with that, God.
Right? And it's even like, even if they did try me, but I exercised my discipline. And every time I get tried, I exercise my discipline because I never really want to take it there, but I be popping off like, yeah, I really give somebody the business. No, the fuck you not. You're not gonna do shit because you never pop off. You know what
I
I'm saying?
huff and I puff and I
But you don't blow shit.
blow my
No,
breath on this birthday cake candle.
you see what I'm saying? So that's why I think like that's why I think it's a false thing. Like not knowing the definition. I think it's just a coping mechanism for people. I think it's a character thing, a personality trait. Like I grew up tough. So I understand when I hear I'm not offended by tough talk, because I grew up getting punched on where we playing like boys played, you know. So sticks and stone. I come from the era of sticks and stones break bones, not words. You
That's an
know,
interesting perspective, God. That whole tough talk, right? Because passive aggressive is tough talk, but it ain't tough.
it is tough talk, and
No,
and
no,
it
I'm saying
and
it's
it is tough too, though. It is tough if you soft.
tough.
If you soft, then yeah, it's tough to you because your feelings hurt. Because now you like, why you say that to me? You see what I'm saying? Like now it's because you saw it's because and then to me that's passive aggressive too, because now that person is saying like, well, why you say that to me? My feelings hurt, but you ain't gonna do shit. So now you want to retaliate to not do shit. You just want, okay, so then what if you get an apology and then your apology goes like this? So what if you get an apology? I apologize for hurting your feelings. You know what I'm saying? Even though you want some soft shit. All right. But I wasn't trying to hurt your feelings for real, for real. It ain't even like that. All right. But then you don't say thank you, or you don't say I understand. Sometimes people just be playing or whatever. But then you say, you are sorry, you're weak, and you're this and you're that. That's some, where I'm from, that's some bitch ass nigga shit. Like that's something that a girl would do. That sound like you having a conversation with a woman who you had an argument with, and you apologized about something, and then now she not happy with the apology, and now she need to know all this extra other shit, and you just
So
explain why you did it, and that's passive aggressive too.
Ali's position, all passive aggression is feminine, right? I'm saying all passive aggressiveness is female behavior, is feminine tendencies. Is a softer approach to things. That's how I say all passive aggressiveness is a female.
How
Like
how
I'm
how is it
saying
all female? Like if you say
I'm saying like so like say
hold
me and
up
you.
guy hold up guy when you say I'm gonna fuck with you right now.
Mm-hmm.
When you say that person deserved to get punched in the face, but you know you ain't about to punch nobody in the face.
You
That's
acting
some
like a female.
that's some female shit.
You talking like a female right now. You just selling wolf tickets. You just talking. You getting into your emotions, and you pumping up your chest, right? I'm saying
Okay.
two young men that want to fight, that spend the first 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes of the fight bumping chest, talking about hit me then, hit me then, hit me then,
Yeah, they
going
don't want to fight.
going around in circles. That's passive aggressive. They don't want to fight.
No, they don't
They
want to fight.
they actually might be willing to fight, but they looking for a good reason to
to swing, to swing,
Hey, looking for a
to
good reason.
swing.
And to me, all that's passive aggressive, right? Like men move furniture, women talk, right? Like
I don't agree. I don't agree.
and
I
I
think
get
it's a lot of women. I think it's a lot of men who talk too, who don't move no furniture.
I think
Who
they acting like
who
women.
who be like, I wish somebody would.
Acting like women.
You know what I'm saying? And nobody even thinking about them. You know
Correct.
what I'm saying?
And I don't mean acting like women like being a woman is negative.
No, we talking about soft. We just talking about feminine.
Masculine and feminine is what we
Yeah, masculine and feminine.
is
Yeah.
what we talking about, right? And that's that's my position, right? Like all those dudes, right? That they, I wish, like that whole Kings of Comedy, Cedric Entertainment. I wish a mug would, be in my seat. Like to me, he at that moment made all of Black America passive aggressive because everybody started talking about that's right. We walk into the situation talk about I wish a motherfucker would, and you really do hope that nobody's sitting in your seat, right? Because you want to see this show. You paid your money to see this show. You here with your girl. You want to have a good time. Ain't nobody walking into a situation talking about I wish a motherfucker would be sitting in my seat so that I can act up. Like and he made that thing. Everybody started talking as if they was tough. All of a sudden, everybody started talking as if they was kings of comedy and selling wolf tickets. And I'm like, man, y'all corny. Like so to me, all that's passive. Like men move furniture.
I've been exposed to that though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like coming up, it was I wish somebody would take my milk from me. I wish somebody would jump in front of the line in the lunch line. You know what I'm saying?
And those
I
people
wish somebody would. Like we've been on that since kids. You know?
But the people that been saying that stuff though, even when we was kids, they was always scared to death. Because the people that
I knew some people that'll really punch you in your face to get their lunch tray. You know what I'm saying?
But they ain't never said it though. I ain't never heard those people that will punch you in the face say, I wish a motherfucker would.
Oh yeah, I heard it.
I ain't never heard that.
I
I just seen the ramifications of somebody's misadventure.
Yeah, I heard it because you could see certain people who could cut the line and certain people who couldn't cut the line. You know? So some people could cut the line and some people couldn't cut the line. It was an order.
So,
you know?
I've always been anti anybody cutting in front of me, so I get that. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, it was an order.
I ain't never been a line cutter, but I ain't never been with nobody cutting in front of me.
But how many people you punch in the face for cutting the line?
I would punch everybody in the face for cutting in front of me. Like it's
I'm saying, how many people have you punched in the face for cutting your line?
I've punched 2 people in the face cutting in front of me.
And I'm talking about since you've been an adult.
1 person.
Okay. Recently, in the last 10 years.
10 years, yeah.
Okay. Why you punch that? No. Why you punch that person? He made you? Why?
Because he didn't recognize that he was being a bitch and he was being immature, right? Like he ain't recognized that his actions created a hostile situation that didn't need to be, right? Like he ain't recognized that an excuse me could have sufficed, right? Like that whole, granted, I probably could have took that same advice, right? And I could have took a step back, but fuck that.
Okay,
right?
But you justifying it. But let me ask you this.
No, I'm gonna always justify.
How much today? How much time do you got today to lend to punching people in the face for cutting in front of you in the line? All right. How much time? How much
Honestly, God,
time and money do you have to lend to the court system? Do you have to lend away from your bees? Lend away from to punching somebody in the face for cutting in the line, God? How much time? I mean,
I
I
don't
mean,
I
I
don't
mean,
have no
you can be
time.
passive aggressive all you want.
I don't have no time, God.
Okay, then.
I got no time,
All right,
God.
then. That's what I'm saying.
Like, and which is why, like, which is why I carry my gun for the most part, right? Because for
Because
me,
now somebody getting shot for crossing the line, for
no,
jumping in the line.
no, because for me carrying my weapon, like living down here in Florida, like it's 5 years for touching my joint, 5 years for exposing it, 5 years, like it's 5 years for every action I take. So for me, having my firearm is a constant pressure and ramifications for me. I got a constant a weight of consequences on my hip, right? So I don't get caught off guard when somebody cut in front of me when I'm having my firearm on me. When I got my firearm on me and somebody cut in front of me, I take a step back. I'm like, you know what? That's not that big of a deal,
It
right?
shouldn't be though. Like it
But
shouldn't be. Just like it shouldn't have been a big of a deal for the dude in the lunch line
but it's
who was,
easier. It's
you know what I'm
easier for
saying?
me.
Like,
It's easier for me to have that thought process when
cause
I'm
everybody,
armed,
cause
when I'm
everybody gonna get served.
versus when I'm unarmed. I don't know why, but it's easier for me to have that thought process. I'm much more mellow and thinking armed than unarmed.
Yeah, that's wild. To me, that's passive aggressive. Because it's like I'm gonna be the same way with the pistol or without the pistol.
Mm.
You know?
See, and without the pistol, I'm way quicker to fight.
Yeah, like, but see, I would say without the pistol, you way quicker to get shot. See, that's
Mm.
how I would look at that.
I see that.
You see?
I ain't got it. Hey, you
You
got
see?
it.
So that's why I say
Yeah, yeah,
this
yeah.
right here is what we gotta always keep,
Yeah,
because with or without the gun, we got this,
yeah, nah, you're right.
you know, and we could be on some passive aggressive type shit, not knowing, because you know what I'm saying? Cause what? Cause humans gonna be fucked up people. Like, you
I
know what I'm saying?
personally,
Like,
I like aggression. I don't like passive
yeah.
aggressive. I don't like. That's why I personally like a Donald Trump is so polarizing and could win in such a large way because people are appreciative of his candor and his vulgarity, right? Like
Yeah, they like his honesty.
he don't have uh, honesty or not. I'm gonna just say vulgarity, right? Like they don't like Joe Biden's soft style, right? His soft style seemed like he was lying to me. This cat,
You know, thank you, man. Thank you, God. I thank you,
right? Right?
thank you.
Like this cat is super hard, super aggressive. If he is lying, it's a hell of a lie, right? Because it don't sound like a lie. It sound like he telling me how he feel, how he gonna act. Like it don't sound passive at all, right? Like I like that, you know. But I feel you though. Like it's
Yeah, yeah, because
I
people
don't
go,
have no time away from my bees right now to waste on somebody cutting in front of me in line.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that sound ridiculous. Like
It does.
a charge too, like the assault. You know what I'm saying? Like the battery, the assault and battery that come with that, the punitive damages, the lawsuit that they could do. You know what I mean? Like it don't even make sense. That's why like I'll be like, man, I get away from ignorance, because like in South Carolina we could gun you down,
Hmm.
you know. So it's pretty much like Florida. So like if you come on some, willy-nilly shit, like you're gonna be all the way in the right. Okay. So that's why it's like when you live in a place like that, people are cordial. People are
Right.
mindful. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I mean, right? Because when I have my firearm, I'm way more. I got way more conversation in me, right?
Nah, but I'm
Like,
saying without the firearm, because you don't know.
mm,
Because like I said, you don't. That's a way for you to get shot. You see what I'm saying? See, to me, not you, but to me, the reason why I say I'm the same with it or without it is because I ain't a coward ever. So if I don't got it, then I think I can stick my chest out because I do got it. Nah, my chest gonna be out all the time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna conduct myself the way I conduct myself all the time. It don't matter if I got a pistol on me, because they might have a big they may not have a bigger gun. They may get the draw on you.
That's true. And I guess that's the one difference with me. I guess my chest gets smaller when I'm armed versus bigger. I hear a lot of people talking about their chest get bigger, they feel safer, they feel more in control because they got a firearm. And I'm like, I don't know. I feel like we got way more laws on my back when I got a firearm on me. I don't
My
feel
chest stay the same. No matter what, with the gun or without the gun. You know, I prefer to not even have to need a gun, because if we can just have a conversation, like adults,
like adults,
you know, then I don't see, if I haven't caused you any harm, bodily harm, if I haven't caused you any loss of money, if I haven't caused you any personal injury to none of your family or nothing like that, then what can't we talk about?
Correct. No, you're right.
What can we talk about? You know what I'm saying? You want to cut the line? Like, go ahead. I don't give a fuck about that. I'm retired. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got shit to do. No way. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't retired yet. I ain't retired.
You know what I'm saying? but 5 minutes, but 3 minutes ain't gonna slow you down. You know?
Yeah,
it might save your life.
You right.
You know, you might have left that parking lot 3 minutes earlier and got into a car accident and died because you wanted to be first in fucking line so bad. Because you feel like your rights and your shit or whatever the fuck it is. You know what I'm saying? It's like, sometimes let the universe be in control with the shit. Like, fuck it, man. Like, I ain't got time for the shit. It might be testing your mental fortitude for that day. Like, man, like, whatever. I ain't got time for this shit.
To that same note, today, I was driving on the turnpike and 3 cars was honking their horn and quote unquote overtook me. I guess they said I was driving too slow. I was doing the speed limit. And we all caught the same red light. All right, like
some New York shit. Everybody in the rush to get to the fucking stop sign.
I'm like, yo, I can see the red light from here, and they blow on me and joy. They throw me the finger and joy. I'm like, oh, that's crazy. And we all caught the same light. I'm like, that's good job. You got there fast. You got there first.
Right. You got to the stop sign first.
Yo, where did that shit come from? Right, like that whole first thing, and because it is something about that. Because my brother-in-law, he's a truck driver, and he talk about how, you know, with commercial vehicles, they can only drive, you know, like 65 miles per hour. They got governors on their vehicles, so they can't even drive 70 or even faster than that. And he's like, you know, there's so many people out there that just go crazy over just going from one red light to the next red light. Like, what is that about, man? You saving seconds, maybe a minute.
I have no idea why people be in a rush to get to the stop sign.
You saving a minute, maybe.
I don't. I never been a fast driver, you know, except for on the highway. Like I used to always burn the highway up and down, you know, like, because I like driving during the daytime so I can be wide awake, keep my eyes open.
Yeah, I don't do that nighttime driving no more.
And then I'll be breaking the law. But not anymore. Like now, I just take my time. You know, I go, the legal thing is 9 over. Just in case y'all ain't know, y'all heard it here on Cigar Sundays. You can go 9 over and never get a ticket. Now you got to be careful if you're in a 25 or 35. They still might pull you, but it ain't gonna be no real bad ticket. But I go 9 over all across America. All right. And ride past all the little speed traps and everything, and they don't do nothing. That's the legal limit. My grandmama told me that. Shout out to grandma.
Mm-hmm.
So tonight, y'all, we talking about passive aggressive. And we're gonna go ahead and pull up this definition. Get into these definitions. Let's see which one we going to. We're gonna do passive aggressive first.
They got a real definition for it.
Merriam-Webster dictionary is what we will be using this evening to pull up. Oh man, I thought that I had. There we go. Okay. Let's see if we can add this here. Okay, so this is Merriam-Webster. And we get passive aggressive. It's an adjective. And it says being marked by or displaying behavior characterized by the expression of negative feelings, resentment, and aggression in an unassertive, passive way, as through procrastination and stubbornness.
I don't want to take the trash out, Mom, but I guess I will. I don't want to do the dishes, honey, but I do want some box tonight, so I guess I will.
Passive aggressive. So when I'm saying that what we just described is none of this.
It's none of this. What were we talking about there?
Okay. I think we talking about people insane. That's what we think. I think we talking about a whole bunch of people with fucking ADD
Oh,
and and personality disorders out this motherfucker.
being marked by or displaying
Okay.
behavior characterized or expression of negative feelings.
Yeah. Because because I given another example of what I may have thought was passive aggressive. Okay, so let's say you teach somebody something. Let's say you don't teach somebody something. You show somebody something. You say, "Hey, over here, you can go over here, and they'll train you.
Mm-hmm.
They'll train you." Okay, so then they go over there and they come back and they say, "Oh, where you sent me, they didn't have no training for me." So you say, "Okay, well, I'm sure they had something over there for you." Right? Right? Because I know that they do something, right? I know they have something over there for you. And then you'd be like, "Nah, but not what you said though." Okay. So what the fuck did you find then? Did you find something for you? Okay. And then they'll say, "Oh, well, yeah, I
That
did found something," you know? So
I
it's
think
like,
that qualifies in this sentence. I think because
so
that sounds like a procrastination type person.
procrastination and stubbornness, right?
I mean, maybe not procrastination because they did go, but they didn't ask any more questions.
No, but they didn't need to ask me any more questions. They needed to go and they needed to
No,
do
no,
the
yeah,
research.
not asking you questions. I'm saying they didn't ask. They went, but they didn't ask where they went. They didn't ask them any questions.
N-
They just went
no,
there.
no, God. When they came back,
Mm-hmm.
they act like towards you that they didn't ask no more questions.
Mm, okay.
They act like that they ain't ask no more questions. See, you gave them the door to go through. You said, go through this door. There's something for you. But you didn't need the door to go through because you already got what you're going to get and you getting other stuff. But you sending that person through the door because it's going to be beneficial to you. Like, but I don't know everything they got in the door for because I don't need to go through it. But I know they got something for people like you over there.
Got you,
Okay.
got you. Yeah.
Then they go through the door. But the only thing they come back and tell you is like, you were wrong. They try to come back to say you were wrong instead of come back and then saying like, oh, I did find something over there. You get what I'm saying? So
100%.
So to me, that's a form of passive aggressiveness.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that 100%.
You know, to me, that's a form of passive aggressiveness. And just reading this, that just popped in my head because I was like, ooh, that's what that lame ass fuck boy did.
And to
So
me, your scenario, even though it doesn't quite fit procrastination, in my mind is a form of procrastination because you sent them there to go because you knew there was a avenue to be explored, and they went to that mug, and they went through the door, and they went and only looked for what you told them to look for, and they ain't look at nothing else that they were seeing, right? And they just missed all those opportunities because they only wanted to focus on what you said and what you said alone, right? And to me, that's procrastination. To me, that's like a messiah complex where you just, well, what you said, you was wrong. No, I wasn't wrong. I told you to go over there, and
right,
there's a bunch of things over there.
right.
Yeah, but for the dummies, they only went over there for the A thing that you said. Who cares about the B through Z that they saw? They only went over there for the one A thing that you told them to go for, and that wasn't there for them when they got there. So therefore, you were wrong. Yeah, that's passive aggressive and corny as shit.
That's
Like,
corny, and I think they did procrastinate because it took the person 18 years for them to actually go through the door. So I think that
yeah.
they were definitely procrastinating. Um, but
And
that's
even when they walked through the door, I'm saying they didn't even walk through the door with their eyes open. They walked through the door with blinders on, only looking for the things that you told them to look for. They didn't look for anything else, right? And that's lazy. That's
yeah, and I ain't had nothing real specific. I just said they got something over there for you. You know, maybe they
yeah,
have this.
yeah,
You know, I said maybe they do have this because it was a veteran program. So I'm just like, maybe they do have that. I don't know, but I don't. I'm in a different category of veteran. You know,
yeah. But
so
what people to do is, if even though you only gave them that, they will look at you and assign a category to you that applies over there, and they will be looking for you in that category over there, and when they don't find that, it's it's lazy. Procrastination is like is perfect word. Like I'm using the word lazy, right? But I'm reading the word procrastination, and that shit fucking works perfectly. And what you're saying is not wrong, and to me is passive aggressive all day.
yeah, that's what I got from that. I was like,
Because
ooh,
they,
that's
because
a
they just want
perfect
to they just want to tell you that you're wrong and not that
that
what
the
they had
information
over
you gave me was beneficial. like I actually did get something out of it, you know.
yeah, what was over there.
You know, and that's what I end up saying. Like, but did you get something out of it? You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, you know, like it's something beneficial. Oh yeah, I signed up for these classes and I'm about to. Oh, okay, good then. You know what
Good
I'm
then.
saying?
What we talking
Good.
about? Why you
You
talking about all
know,
this negative stuff? Talk to me about that.
yeah. Like why you know, like you want me to be wrong. You know what I'm
You want
saying? But when I'm trying to really help you, you know, but
correct.
I see what that was all about. So let's go to let's go to um you know what, I need to do this right quick. Let's go to the definition for passive, because passive to me was where I wanted to look at putting the two words together, because we see passive aggressive, all right, but I wanted to see how they came up with that definition we just read through the definition of passive and aggressive, and what things that they actually just took from it. So we got, it's an adjective, passive, acted upon by external agency, receptive to outside impressions or influences, asserting that the grammatical subject of a verb is subjected to or affected by the action represented by that verb, containing or yielding a passive verb form, lacking in energy or will, lethargic, that lazy you was talking about,
Mm-hmm.
tending not to take active or dominant part, induced by an outside agency, not active or operating, inert, of relating to or making direct use of the sun's heat, usually without the intervention of mechanical devices. Okay. Latent, of or related to or characterized by the state of chemical inactivity. There we go, inactivity. Uh, resistant to corrosion. Okay. Of an electronic element, exhibiting no gain or control, relating to the detection of an object through its emission of energy or sound, receiving or enduring without resistance, submissive, existing or occurring without being active, open or direct, of, related to, or being business activity in which the investor does not actively participate in the generation of income. Then we have a noun form right here, and we'll go a verb from whose grammatical subject is subjected to or affected by the action represented by that verb. A passive verb form, passive voice of language. And we got some synonyms right here. Acquiescent,
Non-resistant.
non-resistant, right?
Ali.
Resigned, unresistant, tolerating, tolerant, yielding. All right. And then we're going to swing over here to aggressive. And aggressive is giving us uh, tending toward or exhibiting aggression, marked by combative readiness, marked by obtrusive energy and self assertiveness, marked by driving forceful energy or initiative, enterprising, strong or empathetic, in effect or inert, growing, developing, or spreading rapidly, more severe, intensive, comprehensive than usual, especially in dosage or extent. And then we'll look at the synonyms: ambitious, assertive, enterprising, high pressure, go getting, in your face, fierce, self assertive, pushy, militant. So that's why I wouldn't say it's passive aggressive. I might say it's aggressive. May not be passive aggressive. It may just be being aggressive.
So I would say passive aggressive would be when they want to, what you saying, they want to be aggressive, but they don't want to come across aggressive. They want to have the smile on their face and look like the nice guy while being aggressive. Like I don't like that. Like that's super passive.
How can you do that though? Like,
Yo, what
if
you
I'm,
mean? Yo,
if
son. Yo, let me tell you how you can do it.
how you do that,
I
guy?
put paperwork on one of my coworkers for
Oh shit.
for walking for seeing me. I used to wear, before I changed my name. For about 3 years, I wore kufi until I came into myself. Right.
Mhm.
Pause. Uh, he
Nah,
walked.
you heard that. God. Hold up. You do not have to say pause.
We
We are
grown.
we are married men. I think
Facts.
I think that's Dame Dash thing, and that's
Yeah,
some real uh
got you.
you know what I'm saying? That's some real homo uh what they call it. It's not what is it? What is it?
Homophobic.
Homophobic. Yeah,
Got
that's some real homophobic thing. Because we not just because you say something don't mean you thinking about something sexually having to happen. That's what that always appears. It's like every time I hear that, it's like they always got to be referring to something sexual. Like I could say I came into myself. I could say I came out of myself. You know what I mean? I could say I came up. You know.
you. Yeah.
Go ahead, God. What happened to this
Yeah.
fool? What you had to do with him?
No, this mug saw me, right? He walked into the shop and he saw me. He looked at me and he scoffed. He's like, "Pfft," mug balled up a piece of paper, threw it at me, right? Kind of in a similar fashion to the way my little brother threw the Ray can towards me, right? Not necessarily at me. He threw it towards me, right? And when he threw it towards me, it dropped like maybe 6 feet in front of me. And when he came and picked it up, he looked at me and he was like, "Yeah, so what's up with your hat?" He's like, "You Muslim now? You changing your name or something?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna change my name here shortly." And he was like, "Oh my God, you fucking people." He got up, he gave me the finger gun, right? And he said, "Merry Christmas," or whatever you people celebrate, with a smile on his face, and walked away. Now I'm sitting there, right? And my homeboy sitting there uh laughing, thinking that me and Buddy know each other, thinking this is like an exchange between two friends, right? And I say to him, I was like, "Yo, you know what's crazy is if I was to respond to him to what he just did, everybody in this whole room would think that I was crazy, right? They would think that I was the one that was acting overly aggressive because they didn't hear him say anything, they didn't see him do anything. He wasn't volatile in his demeanor or his actions. He wasn't loud, right? He was very what's the word now? Demure. And
Demure. That's the.
I
I
might be
thought
using that. I might be using that shit
demure.
completely wrong, but I've been hearing that shit lately, right? Like he was very calm and very cynical and in his assault of me, right? So much so that my man's he's sitting there laughing, and when I said, "Yo," I would have been wrong if I'd have responded to him. He's like, "What you talking about? Like, don't you know him? Like, ain't that your friend?" I'm like, "Man, I don't know that dude." And my boy went from laughing thinking that it was like a sociable, jovial two men having a good time, whatever, to literally crying, talking about, "Yo, I can't believe that just happened to you, and I just allowed that to happen." Right. So he was being aggressive, but it didn't look like it. Right. Like my explanation, even me explaining it to HR and EEO, I had to convince them of his demeanor to paint this picture, right? Because it was so passive aggressive, right? That's what I mean by that. Like it can be aggressive and passive at the same time, right? Like it's a way it's legalese for the most part,
Right.
right? But he wound up getting fired. I didn't punch him in his face. I sat there like a professional, and I documented the occurrence, and I took it up the chain of command, and I got his ass out of there.
Right. Yeah. I understand that, God. I understand that. But yeah, I mean, anytime somebody is out of line, out of pocket, and they talking wild like that at work, in a
At
like
work.
yeah, like at work, it's rules to it. Like people get mad at stuff you say online, and it's like, bro, this the internet. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody. If you think that this is for real, like you can't expose. Like, I am absolutely not the same person online that I am offline.
Correct.
I'm not trying to be that person. So you can't expose me. Everybody who know that. You may see hints of me, parts of me. When I jump into character and jump out of character, but no, I am not 100% authentically who my mama raised when I'm on this platform, man. Like, I'm popping shit, having fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, like, this is fun. This is motion. This is a job. Like, we having fun with this, man. This is recreation, therapy,
and
all that.
and despite what anybody else say, most people, if not all people, are doing the same thing. Like, ain't nobody giving you they honest.
No.
This. I woke up like this face,
Yeah, like, come on. Like, who doing that?
and if you believe that, man, I got a whole entire bridge to sell you.
In Brooklyn. In Brooklyn.
I
Matter of fact, if
got,
you got one in Brooklyn, I got one in the Bronx for sale.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
I
and
got
that's what we at with, like, so many people really, they really do be buying into people's um BS, and I'm like, man, like mind your own business.
yeah, like, mind your own business. He this and he that and he this and he, like, I for real. Like, man, trust me, man. But
To me,
my
all that's
my
passive
family
aggressive.
know. My family know I'm an asshole.
My family know I'm an asshole too.
Okay, you know what I'm saying. So, like,
My family know
you know,
I'm an
my
asshole
my
too.
really good friends, they all know. Yeah, Pearl got his, yeah, man. He, you know what I'm saying. You either
My
gonna love him or you not. You know
my
what I'm
really
saying.
good friends know for real.
They know for real. So, like, the best thing you could do is come with some love, cause, like, I ain't gonna BS you. You know what I'm saying. I'm gonna keep it solid though. Like, that's
Hmm.
one thing we always say, that we gonna keep it solid, but
Yeah.
but don't expect for me to be like who I'm really gonna be in real life. Like, if we was at the house barbecuing wings, like, no, like, we ain't barbecuing wings right now. We on Cigar Sundays. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, yeah, man. Like, we who that Swizzy, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. Anyway, man. So, look, so we tonight, y'all, we've been talking about passive aggressive. You know what I'm saying? And our second question this evening are, what are some ways to handle passive aggressiveness when confronted?
So I'm here for the lesson, God. Cause my ways of handling passive aggressive are have not been have
People
not
getting punched out.
no. So professionally, right? Like at work, when I'm dealt with things that I can't handle in a moment, I accumulate my leave and I take off. Right? Like if I can't handle the if I can't handle it, like professionally, and if I'm at jeopardy of losing my job, because I'm gonna lose control of my emotions or whatever. I got to remove myself from that situation because I'm out of my depth, right? Like, I'm gonna be honest, bro. Like that whole sarcasm game, that whole being witty and quick witted and letting water, run off a duck's back. That ain't me, right? Like I'm a bleeding heart, and if you get too close, sorry, right? So what I do is I remove myself from those situations because I can't deal with suckers. So I don't know. So this is a lesson for you to me on how to deal with these passive aggressive clowns because they get straight talk.
Bro,
And
I don't see, that's the thing. See, like I don't know what, that's the thing. Like, as far as I saw that like that was just one example of something
mm,
that came to me, like, because I don't be around people like that, you know. So so
that's because you're retired.
because I don't, like,
You're not at
because
work no more.
so so that was just like, when I look at, like, damn, people I've been interacting with, closely, that was just like damn, like that really correlated with that definition. Like, so to me, how I dealt with it at that particular time was, I didn't want to punch the person in the face or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I just was just like, well, did you get something out of it? You know? And then when they said, oh, well, yeah, I got blah blah blah, then what I did was I just paid attention to the fact that instead of them just leading with what they got out of it, they wanted to prove a point about me being wrong about something. And that's where I identified, you know, that, like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, now you starting on sucker shit.
So you really didn't want no answers at all.
You
You
didn't really,
you just wanted me to be wrong.
yeah, like, you just now you're wanting to compete with me for some reason. And like I said, when we talk about procrastination, like, this particular individual, like, it was 18 years before they even, and they didn't even start wanting to do the shit until, like, they seen me doing it and some other people around me that was doing it. So, so then it's like, okay, well, you finally got motivated after I've been encouraging you for 18 years to, like, you check out your benefits, and now you chastise now because I'm not fully versed in something that I know that they do have something for you. Okay. I don't know specifically what to say. Hey, go there and ask for this. Okay. I
Yeah.
don't I don't know that, but I do know to say, if you go through that door, they got something for you. It may be this. All right. So you go and tell me, but when you come back, you make sure you tell me that the stuff you said that it maybe was, that wasn't it. So you was wrong about that. Okay.
Yeah, nah. Those people should be set on fire. Not literally, but figuratively, right? Like because they didn't want anything in the first place. I'm anti wasting my time.
So I'm just like, all right. So I'm like, okay, but did you get something? Because the goal was, from my heart, was to help, was to give you, to get you in a better position than you allowing yourself to be.
Yeah,
Bum
yeah,
ass
yeah.
nigga. Like, just keep it a buck, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I wasn't looking at you like, I wasn't looking at that person like that. You know what I'm
But I am
saying?
now. Yeah.
Yeah, I do now. But you know what I'm saying? I'm just reciprocating the love. That's it. But what I'm saying is like, at that particular time, I'm just like, I want you to have the best opportunities, or get access to some stuff that you got going for you. But don't come back just to tell me I'm wrong, man. So I don't really know how to. I don't really know, like, when we say, when we ask the question, what are some ways to handle passive aggressiveness when confronted? So for that situation, I guess we would have to come up with some more examples of passive aggressiveness that we would say. Um,
What do you mean? There's a bunch, bro. Everybody that said they're gonna move out the country if Donald Trump get elected is passive was demonstrating passive aggressiveness.
so how do we handle that? How do we handle
we
that?
we, we laugh at them
That
because they're not leaving, right? Like that. That's what I'm saying, right? Like all passive aggressives get laughed at. Like you get taken not seriously. Like you and to me personally, anybody that jocks or supports anybody that has a passive aggressive approach is corny, right? Like if you was to say something, God, that was like super whack, right? And somebody was like, "Oh, so what do you think about what Pearl just had to say?" Like, what's your opinion on that? Like, I ain't got no opinion on that whack shit, right? Nah, but you don't agree with him. Like, tell me why you're mad, and to try to create an argument, or create a
Yeah,
like
yeah,
come on, man, like
yeah.
that person needs to get set on fire, like in real life, because that person is literally super passive aggressive. But more, I don't even know if that's passive aggressive, because they trying to put a battery in your back. Like they trying to put a battery in both our backs. I don't know what that is. Like that's just this is evil.
Mm.
I know I don't like passive aggressiveness. I know that I don't like that shit.
Yeah, based on the definition, being marked by or displaying behavior characterized by the expression of negative feelings, resentment, and aggression in an unassertive, passive way, as through procrastination and stubbornness.
Yo, the KKK burning crosses on people's front porches was passive aggressive, right? Everything that they did.
Was they passive aggressive?
This is what I'm gonna say.
Because
Every
they'd
every
kill you. Because they,
everything
they was
every
killing
e-
people.
everything they did up until killing somebody was passive aggressive. Everything that they did up until actually taking a life was them putting the battery in their back, talking about, yes, I can. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. Oh, I got the nigga on the tree. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. Oh, he hanging. I got him. Like that was all passive aggressive shit. The motherfucker put batteries in their fucking back. Like,
I don't know, guy.
I
I
don't
don't
know,
know.
man.
I
Like
don't, I don't
personally,
know if I called. I don't know if I
I,
called
I
them.
don't know. I would rather burn the house down than burn the cross in front of it. Like, I don't
I
know.
don't
Like
call them passive aggressive. I would call them aggressive. I'm not going to get it. I'm not going to get a KKK passive aggressive
they
because,
wear hoods and shit. Like that's passive.
well, I'm not going to say that's not no because it don't say nothing about hiding your face. You know what I'm saying?
That's
That's
true. That's
it.
true.
Don't say nothing about hiding your face. What it and but it don't say, and procrastination and
Yeah,
stubbornness is
yeah,
something that they did not exemplify. They was
that's
not
true.
procrastinating about burning
That's true.
churches
That's
and shit and being stubborn. You know what I'm saying? So, so I'm definitely not giving the KKK no pass on passive aggressive. They was all the way aggressive, okay? Because the a lot of the court stuff, the laws facilitated, you know. So like they ain't really have to be passive. I think the
true.
the
Yeah, pull up.
costume just was just part of their
So all that hiding and stuff and like that don't count as. Hmm.
no, to me that's not because a superhero put on a costume.
He hiding, like and they say he literally hiding. They say he literally got a secret identity. Like that motherfucker is. He hiding.
Somebody know who the fuck Bruce Wayne is. Somebody know who Peter Parker really is. Somebody know. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Yeah,
really, is he? I don't know.
yeah. I don't know.
You know.
So,
So,
so that definition does change things for me, right? Because it does change things for me.
Big Cheese, welcome back, bro. We
Jeez.
appreciate you pulling up always. She say one member by themselves was PA. We got Swizz. Swizz said,
Yo, Sis said his name is Sis Way. He put the
Sid's way. My bad. I be fucking name. Don't take it personal. Sid's way. Sid's way. I be fucking shit up. I be done called Swizz. Sid's like he be like, can't that nigga read? I be like, sometimes you right until the killing is, but we appreciate you for pulling up. Sid's way C in the building. You right up until the killing is passive aggressive. Yeah, bro.
right, like to me. So the reason why I say that the clan is passive aggressive, because we know that they had like real lynch mobs and like real mobs that will go to like the police station with no mask on and demand the sheriff go let that boy out so they can go lynch his ass. To me, like those people, they wanted everybody to know where they worked at. Like they wanted everybody to know that they was like their neighbor and they pharmacists and stuff like that. Like those people was like, yo, we care about what we care about, and we here to burn this whole precinct down if you don't let this mug out. The Klan, they were scared to tell people they was judges and police. You know, I get it that they boogeymen and stuff like that, but for me,
They were scared to tell everybody, but the people who knew, the people who were supposed to know, were supposed to know. Like,
that's true.
yeah, like I mean, but we talking about now though. Like now, what do we do to deal with passive aggressive? You know, like what's a more recent?
Yeah.
You know,
The more,
because,
I
because
mean,
thank
right
God,
now, all we do is march, right? Like marching is passive
yeah,
aggressive,
yeah.
right?
So like,
The
I mean, I
protesting
just
is
don't go march.
the protesting is passive aggressive. All the petitions are passive aggressive, right? All of the moveon.orgs and stuff like that. Like there's a bunch of things that we do that's passive aggressive because we're taught that aggression is not the way that civilized people conduct themselves. You know, we are taught that civilized people use their words to communicate effectively. We're taught that adults can communicate and formulate sentences in a way that each other can understand, and if they're both sensible, right? Like we're taught these things as if
It says
society is not ridiculous.
it's saying in an unassertive passive way. Can we really classify a protest as an unassertive passive thing?
Yeah, I mean, it depends on
It says as
your point
through
of view.
procrastination, you know, but is it really that? Does it really embody that?
Not if you count the protest as the thing.
That's all I'm counting.
See, and I don't count the protest as the thing at all. I count the protest as the thing talking about the thing. So to me, the protest is all passive because it's not a like the bus boycott was super aggressive, right? That wasn't passive at all. A march on Washington to talk about a bus boycott is passive aggressive to me. But actually not taking the bus for 2 years, like that's super aggressive.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, anytime it's a boycott that's like a real boycott, then I think, yeah. Yeah. Yes. What's Sid say? Sid said if you singing and holding hands talking about we shall overcome.
Passive aggressive ass.
Yeah, passive aggressive.
Passive aggressive.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
and
definitely.
yeah, right, and that's true because that's not even dealing with reality of where we are right here and right now, right? Like, what the hell are we overcoming? Like, why can't we just overcome it? Why we got to sing a song and hope that somebody do that shit, right? Let's solve our problem. But we scared, right? We hoping that somebody else gonna solve our problem for us. We hoping that the sky gonna crack and 200,000 angels gonna fall from the sky and fix our problem.
Man, don't we talking about people and they Jesus?
I
Look,
see. I
let
ain't
me
said nothing about Jesus.
look,
I talk about the
look,
aliens.
look, look, look. Do we do is FBA is that title? Is that a passive aggressive thing? Because
I
and the
don't know.
reason why I asked that is because
Good question. Good question.
because like I wrote a song back in the day
This is for my people.
and it said first they called us niggas,
Mm-hmm.
then they called us coloreds,
Mm-hmm.
then changed the name to Negroes,
Mm-hmm.
but at least we stood together. Now everybody's talking about they African American, standing around waiting on them just to change their names again. And now I see this thing called FBA. So is this just a new seat change, or is this a new just a new passive? Is that passive aggressive? Because it's just like, well, we just gonna pass this name, and then we gonna still pick up the same fight, and now we got this new name under these same pretenses. It's different names, same pretenses, like. And then how vetted is the creator? I mean, like nobody really. Jesse Jackson came up with the African American thing, right, from the Rainbow Coalition, and now it's the FBA. Tariq Nasheed is the author of the creator of that word. Do he get the credit? I mean, he should if he should. I mean,
So so that question is situational, right? For me, is FBA passive aggressive? On one hand, I can easily say yes, right? Because right now in America, the whole thing of who's black enough, like what is does the one drop rule still count or does it no longer count? Because now we got so many other black people here that we got enough black people to say that these are the real black people and the one drop rule don't count no more. Um, so it all depends on what the purpose of why you're talking about FBA in the first place, right? So the term FBA that was coined by Tariq Nasheed was only coined as a response to the reparations conversation, right? So that term only comes into play in terms of reparations when dealing with other black people living in America that say, well, if foundational black Americans get reparations, I'm here in this country now. What about me?
oh, I get it. Okay, so
So
it's
so
it's to distinguish who get a
that's
check and who don't
that's
get a check.
the whole point of the conversation.
Got it.
Period. Point blank.
Got it.
Like there's no so it could be a passive aggressively conversated, thing, but it really ain't. Like it's literally about who gets a check and who don't get a check. And it's
But like people gonna pick it up to wear it if they think they're gonna get a check, though, right?
yeah. And
Is
people
that is
or
that
or,
a
or or people gonna pick it up to castigate it to make sure that somebody don't get a check because they're not gonna get a check.
I mean, you're gonna get both sides, and that's both sides of the coin. Yeah,
Correct. So
yeah,
it's
you
so
gonna get
it's
yeah.
and because and that's my issue with the whole Tariq Nasheed, even with the whole Jesse Jackson, right? Like we give Jesse Jackson credit for African American Rainbow Coalition sentiments or whatever, but the reality is in this country, as early as the late 1700s, early 1800s, in our newspapers here in this country, if you want to call them foundational Black Americans, American descendants of slavery, whatever you want to call our ancestors that was here, that was participating in that form of America or that form of history. Um, right, it's just different, right? Like it's
I mean, yeah, American history is American history. Like, it's
right,
no way. No
but even
matter how you slice it up, it's
but,
American
but,
history.
but even that's tricky though, right? Because when we talk about American history, like if you're talking to me, I'm saying America don't exist without my ancestors, right? It
But
was
that's not tricky though.
so it is tricky because when non-Americans think about America, they think about white people, they think about big houses, they think about money, they think about white success, they think about the quote unquote American dream or whatever. Um, but that doesn't include us and our ancestors. However, I saw a thing today in Thailand. They do a whole cosplay thing where they everybody dresses up and act like they are African American neighborhood. Right. I thought that was interesting because it wasn't we're gonna cosplay to be an American neighborhood. We're gonna cosplay to be an African American neighborhood, and everything was all hip hop galore and baggy jeans and weed and shit like that. It was just interesting to me that when people think about America, they think about money, but when they think about African Americans, they think about uh, all the things that make this place cool.
I mean, they go together as part of culture.
So to
It's part of the
me,
culture,
to me, and to you, they go together,
right? They
and they're
do.
and they're
It's
part of the culture.
synonymous.
But to foreigners, they don't go together. They two different things, is what I'm saying, right?
What you
Like
mean? How? How? What you mean by that? Real quick, like we ain't gonna go too far off the topic, but how, what you mean? How? How they don't?
it's hard, right? Because again, we agree that they are the same exact thing. But again, to people that's from outside looking in, an American is a white person, right? And that's if you want to be successful, then that's the standard you're looking to follow, to copy and paste.
That's not true, God. 100%. That's not true. I've been. We both have traveled the world, and when you get
And
off the
and we can
boat,
and we can
you an
debate that.
American.
We can, that's true.
You
That's
you
true
not a you not a nigga.
to those people in that country. But when those people in that country come to this country,
Then nigga, you a nigga. You
that's
know what
my
I'm saying?
point. That's
Okay,
my
so
point. That's
so
my point.
you know what I'm saying? That's
That's
what it
my
is.
point. That's my point.
Yeah. Yeah, like
That's my point. That's my
yeah, but
point.
when we
Like
go
over,
over there,
no,
you
no,
an American.
yeah,
Like,
no. I
yeah,
don't,
like that's
no. My point ain't how we're seen over there, because that's not my point is how we're
yeah,
seen over
like
here. Like yeah, like that's true.
yeah. I mean, I didn't make it that way. You know, like it don't really suck either. Like I'm
No, it
buy some
don't
of
suck.
our shit. You know what I'm
It
saying? Buy
which is
some
my
of our shit.
which is my point, because everything that make this place cool is the quote unquote shit that
For
is our
real.
shit, right? So
You know, if they
it,
want like the next time they want to do, African American indigenous native village uh whatever type scene they want to do, Kool-Aid and all. You know what? I'm trying, man, make sure we got some products. Make sure they got some BK Soul Farm merch. They got some DB Chef TV shit on. I don't care. B-box, breakdance, just buy
yo,
our shit. You know what I'm
God,
saying?
that's
Support our families. You know, like I don't.
that's been my
That's
word for the last 2 weeks now.
for
Opportunity,
real.
right? Because that's one thing that we don't necessarily take advantage of here. Being from here is seeing the opportunity that exists.
For real. I'm like, if I'm gonna pimp something, at least I'm pimping myself. Okay. I heard the brother Pimpin' Ken say something today very vaguely.
Who?
Pimpin' Ken, uh, older brother, used to be in the streets back in the day, but had to get up out the streets because
Yeah.
it's called sex trafficking now. You know what I'm saying? But he been out long time ago, been in the entertainment business. But he said, and I like that he said, I'm pimping Ken.
I'm pimping Ken.
I'm pimping Ken. You see what I'm saying? So I'm pimping me first, player. Like that's something that you gotta understand.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, man,
Yeah.
church.
Church. I'm
Yeah,
pimping Ken.
for
Yeah.
real. So that's why I'm just like, man, if they gonna get it, let them get it from me. You know, we ain't in the street with it. We right here with it. You know, we can have fun with it.
And that's why we got products, God,
Yeah,
because we've recognized and we've grown and we've learned that get it from me.
yeah.
Like don't get your BK Soul from anything from Amazon. Like go to my website. Like
It is.
don't go get DB Chef TV from nothing, no Walmart, no Walgreens, no
Hold
nothing.
up, no, no. Now, if we get it in Walmart, go get it. Get it while it's in front of you. When on the
But
first of the month, the
we ain't
third,
there
whenever
yet
you
though.
get your check.
We ain't there yet though.
If you coming home from work late and you need to get a gallon of milk and you just want to grab something, man,
Yo,
take
not
us
for that.
home with you for
Not for
real.
nothing. If my book ever get in Walmart, son, I'm like, don't go to my website ever again. Everybody go to
For real, man. You know what I'm saying? Because
Walmart.
they see us as entertainment. Yeah, like I mean,
Yeah, that's facts.
that's what we on though, cheese. Like, man,
Yeah, I was telling my man, right? Like that whole entertainment thing, for whatever reason, we see that as a negative or as a slight that all we do is entertain. But for a large part, like that is our superpower, right? Like we can educate, entice, influence the whole entire planet, right? And it's been demonstrated time and time again, and we allow ourselves to not grab a hold to that power, and we give the power to the industry because they know what to do with it. They got enough money, they got enough network and stuff like that, and they can pimp us instead of us pimping ourselves,
Yeah.
right? Because we you know we was taught to be good Christians, and we can't brag on ourselves. We can't boast and tell you how good my show is. Like, yo, man, you need to tune in to Cigar Sundays every week because we learn how to understand English, right? And
Simple, right? Simple.
right, and we be wrong like a lot of times. Like I thought I understood passive aggressive until, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Me too, God. For real. For
so
real. So let's go ahead and jump back into it. Um, Shout out to Rocky Henderson. We got from a behavior analyst standpoint. Uh-oh.
we're in trouble.
Uh-oh. Ask, okay, one, I'd ask and get, okay, so let's bring up the question right quick because I think this is what she's referring to. What are some ways to handle passive aggressiveness when confronted? All right. So, from a behavioral analyst standpoint, I one asks to get clarification. Make sure what you're hearing or experiencing is disrespect.
That's powerful.
All right. Two, let them know how you received it. Three, how do you handle it? All right.
Yeah, she got the rest of us continued.
Mm-hmm. All right. And how you handling it is on you. In the workplace, I look at behavior from what happens before and what happens after the behavior. How can I deal with it in a way where I can stop it? We look at the functions of all aggressive behavior. Does this person want attention? Does this person want to escape or avoid from something I did? Does this person want something from me or access to something else? Does this person have a disability and can't help but to be passive aggressive? Look at the why. And if I handle this at its function, will it be reinforced or stopped?
So the first thing she said was from a behavioral analyst standpoint. So
That girl good. That
she,
girl good.
she was thinking from the beginning.
That girl good.
She was thinking from the beginning, right? She took a step back from the very beginning. And that's what I'm saying, right? Like, if you can take the step, if you can take the time to pause and take the step back to just reflect on what's about to happen and catch yourself. All right, like you can avoid a lot of overreactions and a lot of misunderstandings, right? Um, and what she say, like, find out if it was disrespect in the first place,
Or are you just overreacting, right?
or you was overreacting, right? Like, did was the no disrespectful, or was the way that you heard the no disrespectful? Like, why he had to say it like that? Right? Why? Yeah, Pearl. Why you had to say no so fast, Pearl?
No, so fast. Wow, that's different.
You
That's
ain't even think.
different.
You ain't even think about it. You ain't like, nope. like damn,
could have took longer to say no, or took longer to make it. Wow.
you know what I'm saying, right? Like so that's now I like Roxy's whole approach because it does require thinking.
Make sure you're hearing it. Make sure you're hearing or what you're hearing or experiencing is disrespect. Let them know how you received it. Okay. See, and I think this works when you have people that you can have conversations with.
Hmm.
When it happened, because like she was saying in the workplace, I would even correlate it with like personal situations. But like if it's just somewhere random, you know, that right there, let them know how you receiving it. It's like, I'm in the line at the grocery store and I'm ready to check out and I've been patiently waiting, and then somebody just pull up with their cart, and then you just like, hey, I'm already this the line what you say, this the line right here. That's ain't that how I go? This the line right here, right? It's not oh, hey, this is the line right here. No, this is where the line starts. It's usually this the line right here. So
I'm aggressive about my cutting in line in front of you. I'm
see,
aggressive.
so I'm trying to keep it in real time, right? Same energy, right? So
Yeah.
so this the line right here. Now that person looks at you and says, "Oh, okay," and still keep going forward,
Mm,
right?
mm.
Okay. Now, how do you tell that person? How do you ask that person right here?
Yeah, he did.
How you make sure that you're hearing or experiencing disrespect? How do you let them know how you received it?
So to be honest, right? Um, and this is my true feelings and my true thought process in cutting in line. Um, I don't think that we as customers should ever be handling our own problems as far as cutting in line, right? I think that is up to the staff and the employees to handle. I think the people that's behind the counter should be managing their line themselves, right? I think if if you go to a facility and they allow somebody to cut in front of you and they hear you or see you try to rectify the situation and they still serve this person knowing that they just violated everything, I don't think you should go back to that store. I think you should tell a friend to tell a friend and you have to shut that place down, right? Because no, and I say that because I don't work here, right? You work here, and it's your job to keep order in this place and to because just because I stand in line in front of you doesn't mean that you're gonna serve me before you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
person behind the counter dictates who goes next,
I
not the
wish. I wish.
it's always the truth. Even
No,
in
no, you spot on, but you know what I'm saying? But it just,
but they never do it.
yeah,
They
like we
they
in
they
America,
they
God,
never
that it
they
don't work
never
like
do
that.
it, and everybody let everybody else handle their own problems. And I'm saying, no, lady or person, it's your job to manage this line, right? So in truth, when I'm in line and I'm like, yo, son, like, and I'm like, you gonna have you gonna let them cut in front of me? I start talking to the cashier. I start addressing. So you just gonna let this person just cut in front of me like my money and my time don't matter, right? And they usually got some, oh sir, we're just trying to keep the peace, right?
Right.
And it's like the person who was rude and disrespectful has demonstrated that they don't care about nobody else. So in my mind, it seemed like the people that's the staff or whatever, they just like, you know what, let that crazy person go. And everybody who's waiting in line clearly have manners, they clearly have patience, they clearly have some home training, so they can wait in line. Let's get the animal. in and out. It's how I be looking at that. And but it's tough though, because I do not like anybody cutting in front of me in line.
No, I get it. I'm just using your pain right now.
'Cause I don't like that shit.
That's all, God. That's all. I'm just teasing. Um, no,
Josie,
because you
Josie.
absolutely right that said my therapist said I was passive aggressive, so I punched her in the mouth. Shout out Josephus, man. Welcome back, Joe. Happy Sunday, man.
That's funny.
Um, um, but yeah, and then and then Sid's talking about they said F your black history man, you should quit your job. Not if you gotta feed them babies, man. But that's bad right there. I filed HR. I go to HR with that one. But
Oh, I did.
for real, right?
Yeah.
Um, but but what was we looking at? I was gonna pull up another one of these other ones to go into. What did she say? Look at the functions of all. Does this person want attention? Does the person want to escape or avoid from something I did? And I think that like that is a very in-depth assessment of it because you really don't know if a person really just wants attention at that particular moment. Like, you know,
Is that a
like
fair question to ask?
does the I think it is. And you know why? I think it's fair to ask because I've seen people do stuff that just want attention. Okay. Like I give you an example. Like if somebody asks you for an apology and you give them an apology, all right? But then the apology doesn't suffice. Now they want all this other stuff. That's just wanting attention.
Mm.
Because, see, if you just wanted the apology and you got it, everything should be square and fair. But
Mm.
if you need all this other stuff, if you need to ridicule the person after you got the apology, and then you need to try to tarnish them and try to chastise them, like now you just want attention. Now you want them to interact and exchange more dialogue with you. When they
That's what you mean by attention. That's okay. I'm tracking that.
yeah, like that's just attention now.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? That's because that's not the resolve is the resolve. Like if you just wanted the resolve, then you got the resolve. If we needed to fix something and we just needed to fix it, okay? It's like why you mad at something that you know you just need to do something to fix,
Correct. Just go do that.
right? Just go do it and just fix it. All right. After you had a conversation or after you fix it, it's no need to be mad about it anymore.
Because you already did it. Correct.
You know, if you're still mad about it, then you didn't give a shit about the fixing, the apology, or nothing. You just wanted attention.
So I think in the streets we say you just want to be mad.
You just want to be mad. Yeah. You just want attention. Oh, you clout chasing.
Cloud chase. Oh man.
Yeah.
See that's why we need Cigar Sundays, right? Because we don't understand English and we just be using these words and we too willy nilly with it. Attention is a valid function of behavior.
Let's see. Attention is a valid
Yeah.
function of behavior. We do it daily to our spouse, co-workers, bosses, friends. But how do we do it though? That's the thing that is the thing. Like, how do we do it? You know, because that is very true. But how you seek that attention is different. See, if I initiate that attention negatively, and
Is
it's
it
only for attention, all right,
is it
then
how
that's
is it how you seek it, or how dependent are you on it?
well, I mean, that's a factor too. But I mean,
Because how do you negatively?
how do you negatively seek attention? Okay, so I could negatively seek attention like uh like let's say I got some drama going on or something like that, right? And and my wife is at work, all right? I can absolutely solve the shit that I'm probably calling her, bugging her about. I can absolutely solve it, all right? But I'm making it my business to interrupt her day or with some shit that I absolutely that she can that if I did that, she would say, first thing is, what do you think we should do? Now, if you know that
What do
you
you
were
think?
going to get, what do you think we should do first? If that's what she gonna lead with,
Yeah,
okay, then you are seeking attention to waste a person fucking time.
I got that. I'm tracking that.
Because she's going to give you the opportunity right there to solve it. You the man, problem solve it. Okay, so then when she say, well, why the fuck you ain't just do that instead of calling me? Then what? Now are your feelings hurt?
What you
Thank
do,
you. I
you
need to
gotta
get back to work. I'll see you when I get home.
you gotta come up with the second part of the line. Is like, yeah, baby, I just wanted to hear your voice. I
Yeah,
was,
you know what I'm saying?
I just wanted to
So you should have just called and led with that. And
kind
then that's
of, kind of should have.
that's the attention that could be a valid function of behavior to do it daily to show love and affection,
That's true.
you know, because that's, hey, I just called, I got a whole bunch of shit going on, I just wanted to hear your voice before I start solving these problems, baby. Okay, boom, love you, have a good day. I'll tell you about this shit tonight.
Stevie Wonder made a whole song about it.
You see what I'm saying? You ain't got to do all that whole what do I do,
I just called to say
uh,
I love you.
yeah.
Talk to you later, babe. I'm about to go solve world hunger.
So I do think that, you know, attention can be a valid function of behavior, you know, and we do it daily to our coworkers, bosses, friends, etc. You know, at least those you interact with, your friends, you know, your close circle of friends that you interact with. But it should be all in positive, you know, in positive nature, you know, unless you calling somebody and you need some help with something, you know, you do need somebody to. I might call a God. I'm going through this, man. What you think about this, God? You know, may need that. So that's still seeking attention, but that's also seeking insight, guidance, you know, and that's not negative.
Seeking attention sounds negative because of the way we use it, because of social media, I think, but it's not necessarily a negative thing.
Nah, I don't think it is. Attention. That's how everything get together, ain't it? That's how
everybody,
you form up. You form up at attention, right?
everybody look forward.
You know, that's the first call to form up. Attention. So got to have it in order to put things in form. Attention is needed. Too much is a problem, like too much of a drug or food. Balance the attention given with the amount taken. Yeah, yeah. I would say Oh, you muted, guy. You muted.
My bad. I apologize. Like once you start talking about balance, like that requires a whole lot of consideration on both parts, right? Because you would have to know that like what's considered too much or the right amount, right? Like I don't know, man. Like that's a tough one for me because we all like we look in mirrors, right? We constantly looking to make sure we look good, make sure we smell good, make sure our breath don't stink. Um, like attention is it's not a negative. It's not a like we need that shit, bro. If not, people be feeling lonely, right? You got a whole mental state called depression for people that don't get enough attention, right? Like they just
I mean, I guess for some, like it's different for me. It is like I am a person who, like, if I wasn't doing this, I would be cool with not getting no attention. Like I really,
that's true.
like I come from an era where, like, like I don't even have a lot of pictures. It still be hard for me to take pictures nowadays. So, so attention, I'm not an attention seeker. I always like to be, Snoop Dogg line. I lay back, stay back in the cut, you know. So I always like that, to be on chill, like, not too visible, not too, low key with it, but still winning. So, so attention, I never been like, and then like when you handsome, like you gonna get, you know what I'm saying? So like that's the thing. Like I say, I've been handsome my whole life. So you don't have to really seek attention, you
Nah,
know.
they already
And I
look.
and I did knucklehead stuff like in school, not in high school, but in in high school too, but in junior high school and stuff like that, being class clown and cutting up and and distracting classes and and all that type of stuff. So all that attention seeking, like, got that out of my system, like, real young. And I think, like, if we wasn't doing this, and I'm still not seeking it like that, we just kind of letting this thing happen organically, you know, like we not watching the viewers and watching the like, oh man, we gotta have this amount of views. No, man, like we just not, and that's not even on no passive aggressively type situation. It's just like, man, we enjoying ourselves, having fun, with the process. So I think that when he says balance of attention, I think it's for different people.
That's what I was gonna say because every situation is different. Everybody's motivation is different. Why you be doing a thing might be a completely different reason why I'm doing a thing, right? And what you need and what I need might be completely different. So that's why I say it's tough for other people to say, oh, you're just doing this for attention, or you're getting too much. Like I don't know, like that's just I don't know. That's tough for me.
But I think it's good when they are saying it. If they saying it about us, or we just doing it for attention, please say it, because that means we doing it. So that so
That's
that
true.
means so that means that you
That's
can
true.
tune in, that you can hit the like button.
You say I
But
put
matter of fact, everybody who watching right now, go ahead and just hit that like button. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what we doing it for. We are doing it for the likes. So give us a thumbs up.
Yeah, my
But
man said he had a Patrick Swayze mulligan, bro. Yeah, the Patrick
man,
Swayze mullet.
Patrick Swayze. Patrick Swayze was cool in Roadhouse, man. That's one of my favorite movies. Um, but yeah, so tonight, y'all, we've been talking about passive aggressive. And so far we've answered our first two questions, and we're gonna go ahead and jump into the third question this evening. Is there a way to remove or reduce passive aggressive behavior from human interaction? Is there a way to remove or reduce passive aggressive behavior from human interaction? Um,
I think it's too many suckers, bro. I think I think too many people are lying. I think too many people are scared. I think too many people are. What's that cat in the Matrix? The dude that went back, was it Cipher? I think too many people want to be Cypher and not want to be Neo, right? Like I think people want to wear the Neo costume, but that's only during Halloween. But all the rest of the 364 days, they are 100% Cypher. Like they want to be back in the Matrix. They want to know that the stake is not real. Like I think passive aggressive, we're just stuck with it because aggressive, or what I think aggressive is just too honest, and it requires too much conversation, because with passive aggressive, in my mind at least, it allows for too much read between the line, and I don't know. I like more direct. I like more clear cut conversation. um I don't think there's a way to keep it. I don't think there's a way to get rid of it, bro. I think people are just suckers and
it's,
scared,
it's
and
no
just
way to
scared,
get rid of it.
just scared to do for self, for real, for real. I think they keep waiting on the Messiah, and they want, they're hoping that you be that person that give them the bright idea or the great idea, or lead them in the right direction, right? So I don't think there's a way to eradicate passive aggressive as much as I would like to. I don't think there's a way around it.
Yeah, I agree, God. I don't think it's a way around it either. Because one thing, I don't think people even know the definition of it. And that, that's another one of these things where we see so many things being played out with like we have these different situations of sarcasm. I mean, of I'm reading it. I'm reading the daggone chat.
You called me too.
where we have so many different definitions, and people apply meanings to these different things. And now, because passive aggressive has a meaning, so whatever it means to a person and however they identify it, when they see it, it's like, oh, this is something that's passively aggressive. And clearly we could say that from the definition, we could say that and teasing you earlier, like saying somebody get in line, you want to punch them in the face.
Mm-hmm.
That's not passive aggressive.
No, that's what I'm saying. I was completely wrong.
You know, like that's not being passively aggressive
At all.
So when we look at, like, now, before we might have looked at that and said that's passive aggressive. You know what I'm saying? But it's not.
Mm-mm.
When we look at things where people are doing premeditated things, and then when we talk about, as the definition defines, with procrastination and stubbornness and resentment, and unassertive, negative feelings, and they saying displaying behavior characterized by the expression of negative feelings. Okay, that might touch on it a little bit. Okay, explain behavior characterized by the expression of negative feelings. Okay, but then we might even go as far as to say it's like the person who initiated whatever it was, they didn't really give a negative feeling. They really did some negative shit. And our lack of ability to communicate, this is where it escalated. So that's where That's what happens when you got the two people that don't possess the ability to want to resolve the issue.
That's true.
And then it turns into, now it's elevated. Now it's aggression. It's not even passive. So
To Josephus' point, I thought I was one of them people that thought sarcasm was passive aggressive.
right here, sarcasm is often perceived as, especially in text and tone and timing, aren't taken into account.
I had the Merriam-Webster sarcasm, and it has to do with irony and humor.
Yeah, it's just irony in humor.
All right, and
Beat Bush talkers.
I thought sarcasm was passive aggressive.
Sometimes fucking around and finding out is how you find out who's worth fucking around with.
Yeah, and that's the reality right here. Like, that's the reality.
You know what, Joe? I ain't even have I was supposed to have a little add something to the show tonight, man. I'm gonna have it next time for comments like that. I'm supposed to I got something special, man. But I was there trying to do a whole lot this evening and get under this deal with this cold, man, just to get back in the game. But I'm gonna have something to go for that. When we get comments like this now, they're gonna be rewarded. We gonna have some music to go with that, But yeah, Joe, definitely. But yeah, sarcasm. I always looked at it like see, when I learned about sarcasm in the military, because as a way of humor. I always looked at our humor, black comedy was always straightforward. And then cynicism and sarcasm was white comedy.
See, and I didn't get that in the Navy, right? So I always took their sarcasm as them wanting to say something, but scared to say it, so they go for a jokey way of saying it.
Cause see, black people be like, don't be a smart ass, don't be a smart aleck.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then in white communities, it's like, don't be a smart aleck too, or hey, that's what we say, that's smart,
Mm-hmm.
right? Or that's nice,
Yeah.
or
Hmm.
so it's because we don't know the language
I
is
never
why we
associ-
offended.
I
It's why
never
people
associ-
be offended.
I never associated sarcasm with humor until tonight.
And that's the biggest problem with it. Why people be having a problem with these things and be thinking that they black and white things. They not black and white things.
You don't
It's
understand
just
English.
you just don't understand English, and we not taught these things. So because we'll be around in black communities where they don't use more than 15, 20 different words, and everybody don't use the same 15, 20 different words. If you go to Brooklyn, they're using the same 15, 20 different words in that community. You go to DC, they're using the same 20, 15 different words in that community. Go to Atlanta, go to LA, go to Detroit, go to Chicago, go to Houston, Miami. Everybody using the same words. Okay. There ain't nobody's vocabulary elevating beyond that. So then you go and you get put in this whole new environment. Now you feel like a dummy. Now you feel like you offended because you don't even know that somebody just joking with you.
Not even joking on you, just joking with you.
Joking with you, not on you.
Not even on you. That's
not
interesting.
on you. Just with you, joking with you.
Just with you.
And then you be offended, So, and that's because people ignorant, like I have been there. I know, I speak from experience. you know,
I punched somebody in the face for cutting in front of me.
I speak
Been
from
there.
experience,
Yeah.
you know, and it comes from you can read and still be illiterate.
Facts. Big
Okay.
facts.
You can have a college degree and still be illiterate in America. Okay. You don't know if you didn't go to school to study English, lit, or grammar, all right, then who knows? All right. You might go and whatever it is, you might went and got a sociology degree. Okay. And then you go in some place and somebody just talking some sarcasm and they just saw, oh man, yeah, how about how about them apples? You like them apples? What about? I don't even see no damn apples. Something simple. You don't even know. You like, well, how's about them apples? You know, that's a, what? That's a tough pill to swallow. You first time you ever hear something like that's a tough pill to swallow. You might never heard nobody say that in your life, and you like, man, I ain't taking no pills, man. What you talking about? You so ignorant.
Yeah. Nah, you ain't lying about that at all, bro.
So I get it. I get it. I'm thankful that I have lived long enough to understand it, and that we got a platform where we can share some of this stuff. You
Yeah.
know,
That's what I'm mostly thankful for because it's one thing to be able to brazenly say like, yo, we don't understand English, but it's a whole nother thing to make that statement and to provide a space to to educate on said topic, right? And to show how much we don't understand, right? And using ourselves as real examples of, again, just because we got this platform, just because this is just show doesn't mean we're better or we're more educated or more enlightened or we are the most woke. No, it just means that we saying that we don't understand English and we be getting offended by things that we just don't understand,
yeah,
right? And just probably ask a question, right? And learn and educate, right? And so that mother can say, you know what, I'm not talking about no apples, I'm just talking about, all right.
yeah, yeah. But definitely, what Joe say right here. He said my grandpa always said being passive aggressive is like being hard on both ends and soft in the middle. You know, that sounds like a sandwich. That sounds like you boxed in two pieces of
Hmm.
bread. But definitely, passive aggressive is left up to interpretation. You know, because when we actually look at examples like the few examples that we shared this evening, like I know we probably could have went into a whole lot more, but you know when you look at it, it's just like, are people really being passive aggressive, in some situations, or are they just being overly aggressive, you
now that
know
now that we're breaking it down.
you know like, because when communication fails, that's where it seems like then things become overly aggressive because
So,
people are struggling to communicate. That's where it becomes aggressive. That's where it becomes, you know furniture get to moving. But until, but as long as there's some level what was that? What was that this Rocky said earlier? Of looking at the why,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and if I handle this at its function, will it be reinforced or will it be stopped?
That's the question right there. That's what's important right there. Right? Like will it be stop? Will it stop? Am I gonna handle it correctly, or am I gonna just add fuel to the fire?
That's it. You know. So sometimes the why is very important to examine, and most of the time, the why is always the an important part to examine when we looking at passive aggressiveness, especially in situations that, like, no matter how they arise, but it's just like, why is this happening? What's going on?
Mm-hmm.
You know, do I need to be in a rush? Do I need to worry about this? Is this something I need to? Is this something that I need to possibly deter me from getting done whatever else it is I have planned? And this is why I always say, like, you can tell when you dealing with people who ain't about shit, because if they want to solve something, then when it's solved, it's solved.
Correct. They not gonna keep dragging it.
They not gonna keep dragging it. But people who ain't about shit, they like to keep dragging some shit. That's how you know they worthless, month. That's how you know they don't got shit going on.
Hell
For
yeah.
real. Because if it gets solved, then it's like, okay, it's solved. You know? Not now let's look for the next thing to bitch about. No.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like
How about we celebrate this win?
we celebrate the win and keep on winning,
Keep on winning.
you know? So and not try to be passively aggressive, right? You know.
Cause now, yo, this is a good show, bro. Cause that's actually what you will be trying to do now. You'll be trying to be passively aggressive, right? You'll literally be trying to tiptoe through the tulips and go out your way to say, "Hold me back, hold me back."
Yeah. Like, for what?
If I didn't have these hands holding me back, I would kill you. Put your hands down.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing stopping you. You know, but it's consequences to your actions. You know, it's somebody who love me too. You know, so you know.
You know what I'm saying?
Jay-Z got him, I got him too.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
And
Like,
we all from the same hood, sis,
yeah, man, come on, man. You don't think I look out for people, man, that still love me, man? Come on, man.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? It's because a few people done burnt their bridges don't mean that they don't still respect the fact that, you know, I ain't never did them dirty, man. I don't do people dirty like that. You know, we don't have to do that passive aggressive BS, man.
Mm.
All we gotta do is communicate. And this evening, y'all, we've been talking about the saying passive aggressive, and we answered 3 questions this evening. Well, we shaped our discussion around these three questions. And our first question was, what does the panel think are examples of passive aggressive? We gave some pretty good examples there. Second, what are some ways to handle passive aggressiveness when confronted? We also got some very good insight from the comments section. We want to thank y'all in the comments, man, for pulling up and chatting and giving us stuff to feed off and build off of it in the conversation. And then third and final, is there a way to remove or reduce passive aggressive behavior from human interaction? And we just summed it up that it's probably not, because it's going to just take too much accountability and responsibility that people just are not really willing to exemplify. I don't know if in this modern day the human mental capacity can do that, with so many social constructs, with you know people being victims and feelings and over emotional and everything. Like, I don't know if it's possible. So
So I'm hopeful, and we got emo rap now, so everybody coming out, saying what.
that makes it worse. That makes it worse. Like rather they shooting each other up or they all on antidepressants and like it's like
Yeah,
pick your poison.
pick your poison, right?
Like, come on, man.
This is crazy. But
You
yeah, nah,
know? Yeah, I'm not. I don't have no hope. It's sad.
it's sad, bro.
It's sad. It does. It's almost depressing thinking about it. I try not to. I just be trying to have fun with these shows that we do and learning. Like we always say, y'all, we are not the gurus. We are really just learning as we go, enjoying the show, sharing with you all. Um, Once again, we thank all y'all for pulling up with us this evening. Make sure to like and share the video. Also, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so when we go live, you never miss an episode of Cigar Sundays Live. We want you all to have a peaceful, positive, and productive start to your week. Guess what, y'all? Tomorrow, Donald Trump taking office, baby. If you wasn't mad, get madder.
What is it? Hide your kids, hide your wife.
Hey man, I'm gonna salute the commander in chief. You know what I'm
I ain't
saying?
got no
Like,
choice.
man, what? Let's go, man. Let's go.
I
Let's
got no
go. Whatever it's gonna be, a real quick, before we close out the show, Nelly had a great interview with Willie D, and they gave him a lot of flack. They was giving Nelly a lot of flack for him performing
Man,
at
get that check, bro.
at the thing at the whatever he's gonna perform at inauguration or something like that. And Nelly said, my dad was in the military, my uncles, my cousins, he said, so like I'm a fan of America, of The Office. Now I have to admit, it is very well put, strategic, all right? But I feel him. And the reason why I feel him is because I served. And the thing that I know is no matter how bad it is here in America for any black person, ain't none of them trying to leave.
Yo, man, everybody keep coming to this mug, bro. So this country cannot be as bad as they trying to make us believe that it is. Like people coming here every day. Like tomorrow, he about to kick out a whole ethnic group of people, so, apparently, and they fighting to stay here.
I
How
mean,
bad could it be?
how bad could it be? And I'm saying those some jobs that's gonna open up. So so people should be, Americans should be happy about that. You know, no matter what your complexion is, you're born here. So, you know,
Correct.
so I understood that, you know, and shout out to Nelly for that, man. Get your bag. You know what I'm saying? And we salute, man. And you know, he said he was a military brat. So I'm just like, hey, I ain't had no jits, you know, I was doing my 1-2, but I had a couple decades, you know, under my belt to be able to put in some work. So yeah, man, I ain't going nowhere either, man. And every time I deployed, you know, I don't care who I was with. If I was with this guy from Montana or that guy from with Chad from Montana, I'm cool with Chad from Montana. Okay, shout out to Chad McNeil from Montana. You know who he is. You know what I'm saying? Guess what? We wanted to come back here, so I didn't care how Chad hadn't been exposed to a
Correct.
person like myself before. You know what I mean? Throughout serving, guess what? We got to know each other. And that's where I understood the Martin Luther King thing when he said the content of your character.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one of the problems with that is it's like unless you actually work with somebody or you actually get to intimately be around somebody, you won't know the content of a person's character. So everybody won't be able to get to know you. You know, it's like it's unrealistic, you know, on a big social scale.
And in a situation like the military, you in today's time, you're kind of forced to work with this person, you know, whether you want to or not. So kind of don't matter their sexual orientation, their color, their
No,
religion.
no.
I, I just need you to help me get home tonight. So
And that's it.
that's it.
And that's it. You know, we should be there for the mission anyway
Yeah, but
because everybody joined to serve their country.
correct.
You know, so it is a lot of little things that's going on, some policy changes that have made things uncomfortable, I think, you know, that, you know, strangely.
Yeah,
But, you know, but I mean, hey, if that doesn't take away from that person's ability to be in the trenches, right? That don't take away that person's ability to perform. So, you know, I don't see what the problem is for real, for real. And I probably, you know what, I'm gonna stand down because I'm no longer in uniform, and somebody else in uniform and be like, yeah, you could say that now because all that stuff changed after you retired.
well, you know me, God, I'm still
Yeah,
civilian military, right? So I'm still serving the country. Um, so I still feel you. I can still have the conversations.
yeah.
Um, and you ain't wrong. You know, truth is truth. You know, this is what we do know. Like, you can be as scared as you want to be. Tomorrow is coming.
and, and we're gonna end it just like that. One more time. Run that. Hold up, God. Run that one more time so I could just drop the so we can be out on that. What you say, God?
I said the reality is you can be as scared as you want to be, but tomorrow is still coming. What you
And
gonna do?
we'll see y'all next time right here on Cigar Sundays. Peace, God.
Peace, God. This whole publication is all about going from nowhere to somewhere, right? Being able to stand on something so that you can travel in peace, right? So bksoulfarm.com, 1016 160 self-sustainability. Jump on a list and get yourself together, right? Because it is irresponsible to not even know what responsibility means. So get yourself together, food, clothing, and shelter, protection of that, support your interests, and live.
Same place the trap music comes from. Same story, same streets with the loaded guns. Every bass lines, 808s and kick drums.
This that real rap music, got the bass thumping in the back, gon' and clap to it. They sippin' actin' on the tack, I just relax and spit these facts up on these tracks, cause I got big dreams. On the music scene, rap game Obama, rhymes blowing up like my name was Osama. We ain't with the drama where I'm from, like to play it dumb. I ain't seen shit, got to flood the scene quick, cause they be shooting more than just pictures in my city. Got polluted ways of getting riches in my city. All the way up like crack and Remy. Still painting pictures, getting riches in my city.
From the same place the trap music comes from. Same story, same streets with the loaded guns. Heavy bass lines, 808s and kick drums. I'm from the same place the trap music comes from. Same story, same streets with the loaded guns. Heavy